Did Islam really spread by the sword? It's one of the most repeated claims in history. You've probably heard it before. That Islam forced people to convert. That it spread through violence. That it survived through fear. But let's pause for a moment and ask a very simple question. If Islam was spread by the sword, why are you still not Muslim? Think about it. Islam reached Spain, North Africa, the Middle East, and large parts of Asia. For centuries, Muslims ruled over these lands. So if the goal was forced conversion, why did millions of people remain Christian, Jewish, or followers of other religions? Why do they still exist today? In the same regions? Because the idea of mass forced conversion simply doesn't match reality. Now here's something even more interesting. The largest Muslim country in the world is Indonesia. No Muslim army ever conquered it. No invasion, no war. The same goes for Malaysia and large parts of Africa. Islam didn't arrive there with soldiers. It arrived through trade, through character, through trust. People didn't accept Islam because they were forced to. They accepted it because they were convinced. Now, let's go to the source itself, the Quran. A book revealed in a society where war was constant, where swords decided everything. And yet, it clearly says, "Let there be no compulsion in religion," Surah Al-Baqarah 2:256. And it also says, "And say, the truth is from your Lord, so whoever wills, let him believe, and whoever wills, let him disbelieve," Surah Al-Kahf 18:29. Not once does the Quran command forcing people into Islam. In fact, it commands justice and restraint even in conflict. Fight in the cause of Allah only against those who wage war against you, but do not exceed the limits. Allah does not like transgressors. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:190. And it clarifies the purpose of fighting. Permission to fight back is hereby granted to those being fought, for they have been wronged, and Allah is truly most capable of helping them prevail. Surah Al-Hajj 22:39. And there's a critical difference. Killing is domination over the weak, but fighting is resistance against aggression. Islam did not command blind violence. It allowed defense against oppression. Because Islam is not looking for submission of bodies, it is looking for belief of the heart. You can force someone to act, but you can never force them to believe. Forced religion doesn't create believers. It creates hypocrites. And Islam rejects hypocrisy. As the Quran describes, so what you suffered on the day the two armies met was by Allah's will, so that He might distinguish the true believers. Surah Al-Imran 3:167. Because at its core, faith is a choice. Let's look at history honestly. Muslims ruled Spain for nearly 800 years, yet Christians and Jews didn't disappear. They lived. They practiced their faith. They kept their identity. Moreover, they were able to restore Andalusia to Christianity. And when Muslim rule ended, it wasn't Muslims who forced conversions. It was the Spanish Inquisition that did. History makes a clear distinction between a faith that allows coexistence and systems that enforce belief. Now, fast forward to today. Muslim countries are politically weak and divided. There is no empire, no global power enforcing Islam. And yet, Islam is one of the fastest growing religions in the world. So ask yourself, who is forcing people now? Some people say religion should be completely passive, never fight back. But that ignores reality. Islam emerged between two superpowers, the Romans and the Persians, who had been at war for centuries. So, what should a new civilization do? Be peaceful and get destroyed, or defend itself and survive? The Quran addresses this clearly. Fighting has been made obligatory upon you believers, though you dislike it. Perhaps you dislike something which is good for you and like something which is bad for you. Allah knows and you do not know. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. Not as aggression, but as protection. There's a powerful idea expressed in cinema, famously said by Al Pacino. Islam didn't spread by forcing belief. It ensured that truth could exist in a world where power often silences it. Islam didn't spread by the sword. What is spread by force disappears when the force is gone. It spread because it made sense, because it spoke to the human mind and the human heart. Empires rise and fall, power comes and disappears. But conviction? That's something no sword can ever create, and no sword can ever destroy. Think about it.